If you get arrested for a DUI, your driver's license will be taken away by the officers. They will give you a pink form that's called a temporary license. That pink form states in detail that you have 10 days from the date of arrest to request a hearing so that you can fight for against a license suspension. Now, those 10 days is a hard rule. The DMV will not give any exceptions of those 10 days. Once you call the DMV to reserve and preserve your right to a hearing, it is very important that you call the appropriate office. A lot of time people call their local DMV field office and they get misinformation. We've had clients who tell us that they've called the field office and they're told, oh, don't worry, your license will be suspended anyway. You don't have to have a hearing. It is very important that you call the appropriate offices, and those offices are called the driver safety offices. And even when you call the driver safety offices, we've had clients tell us that they're also told, oh, well, you really don't need a hearing because your license will be suspended. Now, they don't know that. They don't know that because they haven't seen the evidence. They haven't seen the police report. They haven't seen the circumstances of your stop, of if you had alcohol in your system or not, what level registered. So they don't know that. However, they're trying to persuade you into not preserving your right to a hearing. So to sum it up, it's a hard, fast rule, 10 days to preserve your right to a hearing. And even if you call the appropriate location, don't take no for an answer. They will try to dissuade you into actually getting a hearing. Don't let them dissuade you and insist on preserving your rights. It is important to build a strong defense early in your case for many reasons. One of the most important reasons is that people tend to forget. Evidence tends to get lost, or memories tend to fade. In today's day and age, everything's being recorded. A lot of times, preserving a recording of a body cam or preserving a recording of a ring camera or a surveillance camera is very important because that can be lost and recorded over itself pretty fast. Another important thing is to preserve actual witnesses, people that were there, people who saw what occurred, people that perhaps were in your vehicle, and take a statement from them early on because, again, memories start to fade. And some of the best defenses come from the details of what a percipient witness saw and observed. And if those details fade as time goes by, then your ability to formulate a strong defense also fades. A few tips to hire the right lawyer in a DUI defense is to make sure that the attorney has handled and handles DUI cases. A DUI case to some may seem like it's a very simple case, but there's a lot of science involved to it. The attorney has to be well versed in how your body metabolizes alcohol, not only criminal procedures, but the fact that, how much alcohol you've ingested, whether it's reasonable that you're registered a certain amount of alcohol in your body. So number one is make sure that the attorney you hire is experienced in handling DUI cases. Two, the attorney that you hire should also be experienced in going to trial on cases. A lot of times, some attorneys are afraid to go to trial and they just negotiate resolutions. It is very important that you hire an attorney who is not afraid to go to trial, an attorney who has tried cases before, because your case may be that case that needs to go to trial in order to get that favorable result. If you have any questions about the steps to take if you're hiring a lawyer after you've been arrested for a DUI, call Confianza Legal for a free case evaluation.